Welcome back, everyone. With us today for our final keynote is somebody that we are super fortunate to hear from. Always a great personality in the Tableau community and just a really good guy, Chuck Hooper, who brings a wealth of experience in visual analytics as well as information technology. He's been a Zen master and just always there to provide support, encouragement, and tips and tricks. So, without further ado, we'll toss it over to Chuck. Take it away, Chuck.
Thank you, Emily. I'll assume you've done a masterful job on this as you have all day, and my title slide is up.
Yes.
My presentation today will be a little bit different than the others. You won't see any Tableau slides. I'm not going to give you any tips and tricks on how to do things, primarily because I couldn't keep up with these prior presenters. They've done some fantastic things. What we're going to talk about today, I'm going to let you know how I became part of the Tableau family. There's some fun parts of the story there that'll get me in trouble when I tell them, but that's okay. I'm old, I can handle it. I'm going to let you know how you can become part of that family, and then a little bit on why you want to do it. First thing, let's talk about my journey. My first look into Tableau came in 2005. Computer World, an old magazine that focused in mainframes early on, had an article about this new company. 1.2, I think, was the version of their software, and they had some really cool things that they were doing. I downloaded the software, and then I went into what I call pause mode. Tableau thinks I went to sleep. For 2 weeks, I didn't do anything. I was too busy. I didn't touch the software I downloaded. I was bludgeoned by a Tableau sales rep every day, at least once a day, sometimes twice a day. What are you doing with the software? Have you installed it yet? Do you need any help? What can we do to help? That went on for 2 weeks. I ended up calling the sales rep a pit bull and asked her, what can I do to shut you up? And she said, buy the software. So I did. 2 weeks later, I was in love with the very first version of Tableau. And if you think back, Show Me had about 6 chart types. There was no dashboarding. If you wanted a dashboard, you would just tile a couple of windows. There was no actions between dashboards. Very little of what you see now was there. But if you were put on version 1 today, you'd still be able to run it. They've held true to keeping the same paradigm. Shortly after that initial purchase, I became Tableau's first referral partner. And just to let you know how far Tableau's come in 10 years, I did a referral deal. I referred a company to them that bought 10 copies of Desktop. All the employees at Tableau had a party that night to celebrate one of the biggest deals ever. Well, in 2008, still in my private practice, I wasn't doing a lot. I kind of had become bored with data warehousing and was more infatuated with the data visualization stuff. I had a meeting set up with Tableau at a client of mine in San Francisco. After the meeting, I met with 2 Tableau executives, and they asked me how it was going. I said I was bored. They said, how would you like to come to work for Tableau for a year, part-time, to start our professional services organization? A year, part-time. 30 months later, of 100-hour weeks, I retired from Tableau back to independent consulting again. Just keep in mind, 100-hour weeks, 30 months, that's the definition of a startup's 1 year part-time. When I go to Tableau functions today, and I go to everything I can, I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area, so I go to anything close by. A lot of times I'll leave here and go across country to attend a user group meeting or a function. When they print out my badge, it doesn't have my company name on it. It still says friends and family, and I really, really like that. How about your journey? I'm going to give you a few steps that you can follow to become part of the Tableau family. First of all, the Tableau website. Check out the customer forum. If you see a question that someone's asked and you can answer it, answer it. Ask questions. There are places in the forum where you can request enhancements to Tableau. If you have good ideas, add it. Vote on other people's good ideas. Vote them up the line. The good ideas in the forum, the ones that get voted up the line by the users, those are the ones Tableau puts effort into including in future releases. Being active in the forum is a great way to get your name associated with being part of the Tableau family. To put the whole thing into one word, just contribute. Let's look at a second step. Social media. Friend Tableau Software, that's the name, on Facebook. Tableau does a lot of posting on Facebook for events that are coming up, changes in the software, notifications in the software, notifications of new releases, a lot of that. If you are not on Twitter, get on Twitter. Follow Tableau. It's @Tableau is the Twitter handle. Follow them. Tweet links to great articles, examples of data vises on Twitter. Retweet things Tableau has done to your followers. When they post something, make sure all of your followers, even those not seeing Tableau, see what Tableau has posted. People ask me, well, who do I follow on Twitter? There are so many good people on Twitter to follow. What I recommend, rather than give you a long list of names, just start following @Tableau. Follow them on Twitter. Note the other people that post. Those you find that are posting the pertinent items and that are involved on a pretty regular basis, follow them. This is not like Facebook where you have to approve someone following you. With Twitter, you want to follow them, you'll see everything they post to the community on Twitter. I have found Twitter has been, in my independent consulting business, a tremendous boon to what I do. It keeps me informed about what other people are doing and keeps me part of that process. Another step, in your company, just in your company, be a Tableau advocate, be the evangelist, brag about the things you do with Tableau internally and on social media. Now, one little caveat before you brag about what you've done on social media, make sure you talk to your legal department about what you're going to release. I've seen some people not get fired, but come close to being fired for saying things that should be considered confidential or might be considered a little bit dangerous. For a lot of people, I would recommend have more than one Twitter account, and Twitter people I don't think are happy with that. Have one for just business, just Tableau, just data visualization. And if you want to have another one to follow politics, to follow religion, to follow, sports, go right ahead and do it. Keep one separate. Next tip, write a blog. The blog does not have to be great Tableau material. It can be articles about data visualization, databases, simple views created in Tableau that have meaning, things that show actionable insights. You've seen today some people have done some incredible things with networking, with jump plots. Some of those things are just incredible what people have done. I'm just blown away with how smart some of these people are. But you don't have to be at that level to be an effective blogger. Some of the bloggers on here now do some things that are just basic, but they do them right. They do the right colors, the right shapes, the right fonts, the right everything to make dashboards meaningful. The first one up there, Tableau Love, is from Russell Christopher, a Tableau employee that does some brilliant stuff. The second one, Viz Candy, Kelly Martin, one of the Zen masters. Kelly does some of the most beautiful dashboards you'd ever want to see. Use these as examples. Drawing with Numbers is Jonathan Drummey. I have a workbook that I took from Jonathan Drummey that formats text fields in a report in a way that even with the workbook in front of me, I have a hard time figuring out what he's been able to accomplish and how he's done it. It's amazing stuff. VizWiz, Andy Kriebel. Andy comes up with some great ideas on how to simplify some things that have typically been a little complex. Tableau Friction, Chris Gerard comes up with some great things. The Interworks blog, the bottom one there, Interworks has a lot of people that contribute to their blog. Look at all of these. Just do a Google search for Tableau blogs and find many, many others. Some of the people, Jen Vaughn has a blog, does great work. People on the call here, Emily, these people have done some great things. Follow their blogs to get an idea. And then if you want to be part of that family, start your own blog, contribute. I'm a big believer in LinkedIn for improving your network of people. And the nice thing about that network of people, that network doesn't have to be just Tableau people. Just remember this. If you have business friends and you post an article to LinkedIn and they're part of your LinkedIn network, people, they may say, oh, I like what you just did, and they will give it a thumbs up. Everybody in their network is going to see what that thumbs up was attached to. They're going to see that article potentially. That's one way of getting Tableau out to the world. The more you share the benefits of Tableau, the more you share your love of what Tableau has done for you and done for your company, the more you share that information, the closer you become to being considered part of that Tableau family. You become part of that community. Number 6, the dots on the map here are the dots where there are today known Tableau user groups. Don't be afraid to attend a user group meeting. Strive to attend any you can. I live in an area where there are 4 user groups within a 2-hour drive. I go to all 4 of them as I can. Tremendous ability to network to get your name out. The user groups are always looking for people to speak. Volunteer to speak at the user groups. Show them what you've done. Show them what you've done as far as tricky Tableau stuff. Show them what you've done as far as meaningful, insightful dashboards. Show them what you've done as far as building a center of excellence, a process for moving data from development to QA to production. Anything that's pertinent to the whole life cycle of a Tableau environment. Those community groups, those Tableau user groups are looking for speakers. A great way to get involved, not just with your community, but with Tableau itself. Tableau knows who speaks at these. Most of the user group meetings have someone from Tableau present. Great way to get yourself known.
Hey, Chuck, I think if you can to advance your slides, because we're still on the title screen or the title page.
I am advancing my slides. I've been going from them.
Okay, well, we'll make sure.
Let me do this.
There we go. Perfect. Your journey, step number 7.
Okay, just you can see what I went through.
Okay, and we'll make sure that we'll provide the link as well.
Okay, my journey.
Yes.
Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I went through the blogs, there are the blogs, there are the links. The network for LinkedIn. I'm having the same problem Dan had. I couldn't go full screen.
Oh.
The Tableau community. As we go to number 7, Tableau events, Tableau functions. Tableau, every so often during the year, has events all over the world. If they come out with a new release, they'll have a road show for that new release. Recently, they had a road show for some, just pushing Tableau online, giving people information. I go to some in the Bay Area, we'll have between 300 and 400 people in the San Francisco Bay Area attend these things. It is an incredible way to network. Now, Tableau controls all of these. It's not something you can volunteer to speak at, but attending the events gets you familiar with who's around. There's always quite a few people from Tableau at these events. Get to know them. Take your business cards. Have questions for them. Ask questions during the events. just a great way to become part of that community. Why? Why do you want to become part of the Tableau family? Well, one, it gives you a great way to get help from friends and to give help to friends. And just keep in mind that being part of the community and the Tableau forum is a great way to get started in that community. You meet online a lot of people. You get into Twitter. I'm going to make a suggestion in Twitter. When you get into Twitter, a lot of people use avatars on Twitter that are logos, silly cartoons, pictures of their kids. Don't do that. Use a good headshot of you so that when you go to different events, people that follow you on Twitter will recognize you from across the room just from your Twitter avatar. Doesn't sound logical, but it happens. It happens a lot. Attach your face to whatever you're doing out there so when you go to these events, when you meet up with these new online friends, they know who you are very quickly. Another reason to become part of the Tableau family, and I get in trouble when companies hire me to come in and train, and I say this, it's a great resume enhancer. Bottom line is there are more openings for Tableau experienced people than you can imagine. Even in Tableau, I looked this morning, as of this morning, Tableau as a company has 336 job openings. That's in marketing, sales, engineering, and consulting. 336 openings at Tableau. Other companies all over the world are looking for Tableau expertise. Becoming part of the family, becoming known, makes it so much easier for you to walk in on an interview and have the interview start off the right way. The other thing, why become part of the family? You might become famous, as Emily has. Emily is, and mute yourself, Emily, so we don't hear you sighing. Emily is probably the most famous person in the Tableau community now because she organizes so many functions. She keeps people connected. She does an incredible job for the community. Also, what does being part of the Tableau family really mean? I can put it very simply. It can change your life. Starting in 2008, when I went to Tableau, it changed my life more than most people can possibly imagine. When I was retiring from Tableau in 2011, back to my independent consulting, and I only deal with Tableau clients, by the way. When I was retiring, somebody spoke and they said that they hoped that I realized that the goal in life should be to go from being successful to being significant. I've had more than my deserved share of success in life, and it made me think, it's time to be significant. Part of being significant in the Tableau family means helping other people as part of that family, helping the other members of the family, helping bring new members into the family. If you really want to get some emotional feedback on what it means to be part of that family, ask any of the Tableau Zen masters, past and current, how Tableau has changed their life. Just anybody you can contact that's a Tableau Zen master, ask them what it's done. And I think if you, there are 21 current Zen masters just announced this week. I think if you talk to any one of the 21, you get a fantastic answer. If you talk to any of us that have been Tableau Zen masters the past 3 years, we'll all tell you how Tableau has changed our lives. And all for the better, by the way. Tableau's mission. Their mission statement has been the same since day one. Help people see and understand data. It's simple. Doesn't say help analysts. Doesn't say help executives. Doesn't say help data scientists. It just says help people. Be part of that family. Your mission now is to become part of the Tableau family. And to become part of that family, you need to be an advocate of Tableau's mission. That's enough rambling for one day. Any questions, suggestions, thoughts? Emily, back to you to handle the questions, suggestions, and thoughts.
All right. We do not have any we do not have any questions in the queue currently. We'll make sure that Chuck's presentation, I know that there was a bit of a slide issue. So we'll make sure that we address that and provide a copy of the presentation so that you have it for reference later. So Chuck, you know, I really appreciate the time you've taken out of your schedule to talk with us today. You have, I think, such a great perspective on things, and you've really, I mean, have had a great journey with Tableau that it's fantastic to hear, and I think beneficial for a lot of folks who are new to Tableau. So I thank you again for sharing that, and thank you so much for your kind words and your presentation. That was very thoughtful of you.
And for those that want to see more.
No. Well, we don't have to do all that.
Well, you should have seen some of the pictures I came up with initially.
That's scary. All right. And then we have a comment from Aaron who says, "Thanks, Chuck. I feel like you were telling my story."
Awesome.
So, all right. Well, that concludes Chuck's portion and the keynotes of TFF. So at this point, I'd just like to close. Thank you, everyone. You know, we've learned about data bricolage and how Tableau can facilitate from Dan Murray. We've talked about we've learned from Emma about the font table and which fonts are good to use for accessibility, which, you know, I'm definitely going to reference that video later. We've seen some great use cases for things like the jump plot from Chris, which, oh my gosh, mind blown on that. Chris is obviously very smart. Oh, actually, we do have another question, Chuck. So what are the benefits of attending the Tableau conference for somebody who's never been?
Oh my God. Well, I've been to all US Tableau conferences, and I have found every one has incredible keynote speakers that are just educational as well as entertaining. Everyone has incredible classes. I mean, when you think that, you know, all the different slots, there are 30 different parallel presentations going on at once on every topic surrounding data visualization, server, center of excellence in your company, storytelling with data. They're just a tremendous number of presentations, and they're all well vetted by Tableau, very educational. You can't go wrong. And then, you know, I hate to be the one to say it, but Tableau throws the best conference parties of any organization, bar none. And this year it's in Las Vegas, makes it even better. The bottom line is it is a tremendous educational experience and a tremendous networking experience.
So
Back
true.
to you.
So we've heard from so many great speakers today, and for me, I feel like that's just been fantastic. I've learned a lot. You know, talking about Chris and using great use cases for things like the jump plot. Alex Duke talking about the consistent use of color to aid in understanding across dashboards, as well as the color picker. Paul, and how he created a mini community with fun and consumable bits of information and being proactive. Jen talked, gave us a pro tip to use native connections first and then go to the ODBC, as well as a host of other information as well. Carl talking about things that he loved, doing what you love and being interested in it. Start simple and be brave. And Chuck's discussion, where he talked about being a contributor and following and asking and just being part of it, part of the family to get something back and being significant. I hope you've enjoyed TFF as much as I have. I want to give a a thank you to our speakers for providing some great content. I also want to give a specific shout out to Jen Vaughn, who has been super helpful, and this wouldn't have been possible without her help. She's been just great in organizing and making sure that we were able to do this. Franca Higginbotham for providing a kick-ass professional logo, which I love, by the way. Matt Francis for providing tech and moral support. And to folks who've shared and publicized the Tableau Fringe Festival, thank you so much. I hope you found TFF as valuable, and I thank you for your time. Take care, and let's continue the conversation over Twitter, Facebook, social media, blogs, you name it. Bye.